You've starved it, and in starving it, you fed something higher, your integrity. And now comes the true test of what you've become. Not whether you can stay detached in silence, but whether you can remain sovereign when others try to pull you back in. When they flatter you with invitations you used to crave. When they say, "We miss the old you," hoping you'll slip back into the version of yourself that was easier for them to manage. But
hey guys, I'm 4am. Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, huh? Let's jump straight into it. This is the first chapter in a new series I'm calling Escapes of the Secret's Depths. These are the stories I never told anyone. And not because I was ashamed, but because I didn't have space to be heard. Not fully. So I'm making that space now for me. And for anyone out there who knows what I'm going through or knows what it feels like to see a trap and almost fall in, but something pulls you out. Someone pulled you out before it was too late. So let's get into it. So I was renting a room inside of a trap house, right, in Southwest Philadelphia. I was technically still a runaway. My mama had died a few years past, and we had left my brother's house. We went to South Carolina, and then we came back to Philadelphia. And even though I was living in a trap house, I really had nowhere to go. And I met this dude. He sold weed. And I remember the first time I went over there to his crib to buy weed, he was like, "Come in," and I did. And the very moment I stepped through that door, my soul knew. That kind of knowing you don't get words for it, but you feel it. That kind of knowing that whispers, "Don't spend the night. Don't get too comfortable." He had a key in the door on the inside. You couldn't leave unless you had it. Granted, he never not had the key in the door, but it was just the fact that there was a key in the inside of the door. Like, that was a red flag for me, but I didn't even call it a red flag. I didn't even have the vocabulary for that yet. I was just like, nah, that's weird. This is a setup. And I kept going for a little while. Not because I liked him, just because of his son. He had a little 5-year-old son. His name was, let's call him EJ, okay? I didn't know what it was, but I saw him and I just wanted to protect him. Excuse me. This is new water with a nutritional purpose. You understand? I know it's backwards, but one day I'll get a sponsor. But in the meantime, I keep on drinking it. But right. I wanted to protect EJ. Like, I'll play with him, I cook him breakfast. I love kids, even back then. But it just, his dad didn't. Like, his presence bothered his father so bad. He'd be yelling at him, "DJ, sit down. You making too much noise." The boy wasn't even in the room with us. Like, how you all up in his Kool-Aid? And I just didn't like that. Like, he was just being a kid. Like, where can a kid be a kid if they can't be a kid at home? And that told me everything. I didn't want to raise no child in that kind of energy. And not even someone else's. And then one morning I was in the kitchen and he came in and he lit the stove with the lighter, like the ignition. And I'm not laughing, but that told me everything I needed to know in that moment. Like, his lights was off. They were stealing utilities. Like, you trying to survive the same way I used to back then. Like, I walked out that day and I never went back. I texted him, I don't want to babysit no more. He hit me back like, you want weed? I said, nah, I don't even smoke no more. And I was buying from somebody else. I never saw him again. But recently his Facebook profile popped up. You know, people you may know the list. And I checked it. And this was really recently. And he hasn't posted since that year, which was 2021. So it's just a background picture and profile pictures of him and EJ, baby EJ, just like he got stuck there. Like time just stopped. And I'm not making this up. I'm just saying what I observed. And mine didn't though. I kept going, I kept growing, I escaped. And honestly, that's the power of listening to what your spirit already knows, even when the situation tries to convince you otherwise. But this is just chapter 1. And trust me, trust me, there's more. So if you're still here, if you're still breathing, that means you got escapes of your own. So come on, hit that follow. You ain't gotta turn on your notice or anything like that. I ain't gonna beg, but I know that you know that you gotta escape. So let's go.